What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We're Bourbon on the River. I'm Justin, this is Eric, and that's John. Today we have, we're going to actually attempt to do a tier list video here. We have all of the Weller lineup except one. We'll go over that in a minute. We have the Weller Craft Your Perfect Bourbon, CYPB. We have the Old Weller Antique 107. We have the Weller Full Proof, the Crown Jewel WLW William LaRue Weller. We have the Weller 12 year. We have the Weller Single Barrel. And we have the Weller Special Reserve.
Of note, the Weller Full Proof looks like it's a staff collection.
Yep, it's a store pick. I've actually never found a Weller Blue that wasn't a store pick. So okay. Yeah, good luck if you have. Good to you. All right, we had mentioned earlier there was one bottle that we did not have. It was the Daniel Weller. I've never seen it in a store. I've never been able to get it. It just recently came out, I think last year. Again, I've never seen it. Wish we could have got our hands on it, but it's probably one of those ones that's, I think the MSRP on it's like $500. In a liquor store, you'd probably see it for like $2,000 or $3,000. We're never gonna get it. Let's do the Weller Green first. We're gonna start on the end here. Not bad. The proof on this is 90 proof. This is one that you can find if you frequent the liquor stores occasionally, at least in our area. This hits every couple weeks or so. You can find Weller.
Very often for us to be able to find some of that from anywhere from Columbus all the way down through West Virginia. They all seem to keep some of this on their shelves. It's an okay taste. It's not bad. It's a reasonably priced bottle of bourbon. So
for its availability, I think it's a good drink, but I don't think I'll be rating it as high as the others.
What would you guys give this? I would give this probably a D.
I'm a D, probably D.
All right, this next one we're going to try is the Weller Single Barrel. This one happens to be 97 proof. Actually, I have another one open in the back here that we're going to pour out of.
Small pour this time.
We've been pouring heavy all day, shooting a lot of videos. We're going to do a little bit smaller pour. This one is a bottle that is not easy to come by. How we've got the two that we've got, building connections, making friends with liquor stores. We're in there all the time, obviously, you can tell. But yeah, like to get a hold of this bottle, it's you have to have relationships with the liquor stores typically.
I personally have never come across the bottle of Full Proof.
Ooh. It is very good.
That's good.
It's 97 proof. I got this one at MSRP, luckily. I've seen it in liquor stores. Sometimes you see it $700, $800. Crazy, don't do it. It's not that good.
Definitely got a better flavor than the Special Reserve, but
yeah,
I think I would put it in the B, C category.
Yeah,
probably
I would
B
probably
minus, maybe.
B minus.
Yep.
C plus, that kind of range.
Right.
Mainly because of the proof to me. I mean, again, it's 97 proof. It's not high by any means. It's got good flavor. If you see it if you're out hunting whiskey and you see it for $1,000 tucked behind a liquor store shelf, don't buy it. It's a don't buy for me.
If you see it at MSRP, pick it up that moment.
Right. Send it
that
to us.
moment, pick it up.
Right.
You can't go wrong with it at MSRP.
No.
On secondary, it's definitely not worth $1,000.
Well, I'm talking MSRP. I mean, any of these bottles in front of you, you can pick them up at MSRP. It's a good buy.
Yep.
I mean, you're never going to find a WLW at MSRP.
No.
You're just not, and unless you got some really deep connections.
Exactly. All right, this next bottle we're doing is the Weller 12 year. Again, it is 90 proof. It's I think the oldest of the normal Weller line. Again, I have another bottle tucked in the back here that we're going to pour from. A lot of our local guys like to try to get their hands on some Weller 12 because we mix it with the Weller 107, and obviously you can make poor man's pappies. The recipe we use for poor man's pappies is 60% Weller red, 40% Weller black. All right, let's get into it here, boys.
It's definitely got a different flavor than what the other two Wellers.
Oh yeah.
The proof on this one is 90 proof.
That's got a good flavor. I like that.
That is you can definitely tell that that's been maturing in a barrel for a long time.
Yeah, I would put that in the B category.
Yeah, I actually probably like it better than
I definitely like
Single
it better
barrel.
than that single
Yep.
barrel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a B plus.
that's good.
That's a B plus. But I don't think we have pluses on our tier sheet, do we?
No. Yeah.
All right, the next one we're going to do here is the Weller full proof. Again, this is 114 proof, so it's a step up from the 90 proof, 97, 90. This is a store pick. You can usually tell the Weller store picks because they have a little gold medallion. So if you ever see a Buffalo Trace on the shelf that has this gold medallion or a Weller, it's a store pick. I've seen it on Eagle Rare. I think usually Eagle Rare, it's silver.
Silver spot.
This one came from a local liquor store in town.
Parkersburg's got several different locations out there that does really good about picking, getting availability for bottles. They're a little bit tougher to get everywhere else, it seems.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. It's got a nice nose. More of a nose than those other three.
Yeah. But that's the proof coming out in it too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Most of our crew prefers the high proof over the low proof. Usually has more flavor. This one's good.
And they haven't watered it down. Once you get down to the exact like 90, 95 proof, whatever, they've watered it down with some sort of water. Down in Kentucky, what they used at New Rip, they had their own well dug in 170
Aquafire, they
feet,
call it.
Down to 170 feet deep into a aquifer, and that's where they get the water.
What's
That's
the
a
rating?
solid drink. I would still put that as B.
I would think B. Very high B.
B.
Yep.
High B for me. Seems
We
consensus.
agree on that.
All right, next up on the list is the Weller 107, sometimes called Old OWA, sometimes called Old Weller Antique. A lot of different names. It is bottled at 107 proof. Again, this is, I have a couple bottles of the Weller Antique. This is one that our group is mainly from Ohio and West Virginia. This is one that seems like is pretty readily available. It used to be in Ohio all the time. Our local liquor stores had this probably every couple of weeks. We could get ourselves some Red Weller.
It is very good trading stock for
I was
other
gonna say.
whiskeys. You could use a lot. For whatever reason, we've gotten a lot of it in our area, and guys all over the country just have a real hard time finding it, and it's a good trading stock for us to keep on the shelf.
It's also talked about as Weller Red.
Yep.
Yeah,
Weller
Weller
Reds.
Red.
I mean, they're all
Yep.
called out as a collar, but the Weller Red's one of the most sought after to get, and it's a good drink.
Yeah.
Proof wise, 107 to me is a nice solid flavor on it.
Oh yeah.
Very good. I like Red Weller.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Red Weller.
I'm gonna have to put it at an A. I'm gonna have to
I'd
put
put
it
it
at an
there.
A. I like it better than the full proof and the 12 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Even though it's a hair less potent than that full proof,
Yeah.
the flavor's there.
All right. Next up, we have the White Weller, called Weller CYPB or Craft Your Perfect Bourbon. This is a 95 proof. This is I believe this is a kind of a contest that Buffalo Trace ran a few years back, and people submitted different recipes and they voted on it, and this was the recipe that won and was actually bottled. again, the proofs are 90, 97, 90, 114, 107, 95. This is kind of a weird 95 proof.
Much harder to find.
Much harder to find. This one I always get like hints of vanilla.
Like caramel.
Yeah, caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of caramel.
Yeah. A lot of vanilla. A lot of vanilla.
It's very good. Very dessert whiskey.
That's a smooth
it's
finish on
super
that.
smooth.
Very smooth finish.
Very good. I'd probably give that B.
That's another high B.
That would be, B category on that one.
All right.
A lot of it has to do with the proof.
All right. Last up here we have the Crown Jewel, the Weller line, the WLW. I believe I'll put what batch this is. I think it's either 2016 or 2017. This one happens to be 128.2 proof. This is one that I've had for a long time. We're getting pretty low. It's kind of a sad day.
I'm gonna need to find another one.
John, I want to have you pour here.
No.
I know. I'm just teasing.
And this is part of the BTAC collection.
This is part of the BTAC collection. So Buffalo Trace every year puts out a what they call the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. So it consists of George T. Stagg, William Louis Weller, Eagle Rare, Sazerac 18, and Thomas Handy.
An outstanding collection if you ever get your hands on it.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
This is a good one.
This is a good one.
This is one of my favorite bottles of all time.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yes, that's a good drink.
Yeah.
Even though the high proof, a lot of times the high proof whiskeys, especially if they're not as high quality, they're really hot, they burn, they don't have a good flavor. But this one right here has an amazing flavor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this one falls in the S tier. It's, again,
Absolutely.
one of the best out there.
No argument here.
All right, so to recap, I think we're going to go through and rank them here. What our initial rankings were. So we had obviously this one at the top of the list, first place. I think we had Weller Antique.
Yeah,
next.
antique. I'd put antique right next to it. Yeah.
Then what we have next, white.
I'd fight for the black to be next.
Black. The only part of the black is the proof's a little bit low, but it's still good.
I mean, you guys can fight me on what
Black's
you
coming
like,
in third.
but
I don't
that
know.
was-
We'll go with it. What do we have in fourth?
Yeah, I think
we said the white's
CYPD.
fourth.
It's amazing that this bottle, even though it's the hardest one to find out of the Wellers, and we're going to rank it down below the blue or the CYPB, but that's just the way I feel about it.
Yep.
Special reserve, it's easy to get. It's not that. It's a good drink, but compared to the other ones, but definitely Crown Jewel being the WLW.
I've had different guys on this one. It's either a love it or hate it kind of deal. Like some guys think it's second place, top. I mean, A. I've heard guys drink this and say like, it's amazing, it's A. I've had guys drink it and say like, it's not that great, it's low.
What shocks me, one of the things that stuns me, is that if you look at this collection, you've got two bottles that have a twist off cap, and we rated one of the ones as third place.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you got the picks between the special reserve and the antique, but look at the difference between them all.
Sure.
You got the harder to find, very hard to find bottles in between, and we put antique up here by
Rarity does
WLW.
not indicate quality.
Yeah, most people would probably chastise us for putting antique beside of WLW, but hey,
Most people don't have all seven to rank and rate
exactly.
right here.
Most people don't.
Right. You got different rankings. We'd like to hear them. Put them in the comments. Do us three quick favors. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please hit that like button. It helps us out. And make sure you have the notifications bell enabled so that you get all of our content. We're going to try to produce content more frequently. Thanks for tuning in.